Hi BookTube, it's Gina. I am here today to do my Jane Austen July TBR. Yay! I can't believe it's July almost already. This month has just flown by and I realized I haven't done a TBR. Now, you know that I don't generally do TBRs. I'm definitely a mood reader and I'm trying really hard this year to just not worry about what I'm reading, when I'm reading, how much I'm reading. I'm just making an effort to relax and not get caught up in the rigmarole of quantity. But I definitely want to participate in Jane Austen July because it is such a fun event. I did it last year, my first year on BookTube, and just had such a fun time. You meet so many fun people and the hosts do such a great job of putting on fun events and hosting readathons. And last year they did the funnest videos and games, and it was just a blast. So this year I am going to do a TBR. I'm going to definitely read along, and I wanted to share it with you because that's what we do. Now, I have to say, because I'm in the Pacific Northwest and we talk about the weather here a lot, and it is a glorious day. Summer came right on schedule, which is very unusual. It is probably 75 degrees and sunny and beautiful, and I'm just so happy. I had a few bags of thrift store donations, did a little closet clean out, just feeling a little bit lighter, and when the sun comes out, it makes me feel even better. So I'm very excited about that. So let's jump right into the TBR. The challenges are: 1, read one of Jane Austen's main 6 novels. And for that, I am going to read along with the group read, which is Pride and Prejudice. I bought this beautiful edition last year. This is the illustrated by Marjolaine Bastian edition, and it's the fun one that's got these bits of ephemera in it. I probably won't read this one, but I might read it just so I can see what they've included. And of course, it's just beautifully illustrated and lots of, one of my things fell out. Now I don't know where it came from. I hope it's not in any particular order, but I'm sure it probably is. Oh well. But I love these editions. I also have this, I have Emma, which is also beautiful. Look at that. So, excuse me. I'm gonna read this along with the group. I will post the host's information down below for Jane Austen July, and I will also post the read-along schedule for Pride and Prejudice, because they've got a schedule for that that they're going to do. Prompt or challenge number 2 is read something by Jane Austen that is not one of her main 6 novels. And last year I bought this one, The Watsons, Lady Susan, and Sanditon. And last year I read 75 degrees and I'm starting to get hot. Last year I read Lady Susan and I really loved it. I just was wishing it was longer because it was so good. I'm not sure what I'm going to read. I will read one of these things, I think. This is gonna be at the bottom of my priority list, but they're all fairly short and I'd really like to read some of her other work. So I'm gonna try to read either The Watsons or Sanditon. Prompt number 3 is read a nonfiction work about Jane Austen or her time. And for that, I'm going to give another try to Jane Austen, A Life by Claire Tomlin. Started this one last year, actually still have the sticky in it. I didn't get very far. I've heard such good things about it and I was enjoying it, but it dropped off my radar and I didn't pick it back up. This I'm gonna try to read in July. It's short, it's a pleasant read. I've heard wonderful things about it. So that is going to be for prompt number 3. Prompt number 4 is read a retelling of a Jane Austen book or a work of historical fiction set in Jane Austen's time. I realize that I am not a big fan of retellings. I think last year I read Bridget Jones's Diary, which I hated, and I read Longbourn, which it was fine. I enjoyed it. I didn't love it, but I liked it fine. But I'm not gonna try and force myself to read a retelling or more fan fiction because I just don't think it's good for me. So I'm going to do a historical fiction. And for this one, I'm going to read a Georgette Heyer. I'm definitely going to read a Heyer. I'm not sure which one. I've got a few. Where are they? Oh, over here. I've got a few over here in my paperback collection. And I just pulled this one off the top of the list. This is Powder and Patch. Look at that. Look at that old paperback. Is this a Dell paperback? No, Pan. This is a Pan paperback. I love this. I'm trying to coordinate a buddy read with a friend of mine, and we're trying to figure out what book we both have in common. So I might get something from the library for this one. If not, then I'm going to probably read this one, but that probably will be different. I think we're trying to read Frederica, and I'm just waiting to hear back on if that's going to work. Prompt number 5 is read a book by a contemporary of Jane Austen, i.e. published between 1775 and 1817. And I'm going to try for this one. This is a little bit after the fact. This is 1818 it was published. So Mary Shelley was a little bit after. But I think this has been on my want to read list forever. It's short. I've heard such good things about it, and I'm just really feeling like I need and want to get to this one. So I'm going to try to read Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, which is just not very long. Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. And this is just a Penguin Classic edition. I'll probably also get this on my Kindle and read it on my Kindle. Prompt number 6 is watch a direct screen adaptation of a Jane Austen book. And I don't think I did the watch last year, so I may not. We will see where I land with that. And then prompt number 7 is watch a modern screen adaptation or retelling of a Jane Austen book. I might rewatch Bridget Jones's Diary for that because I love the movie of Bridget Jones, but the book was just, I didn't like it. Didn't like it at all. So 6 and 7, I'm not sure about. I'm trying to cut back a little bit on my TV watching because I have just been watching so much TV recently, and it's been great. Greg and I rewatched Breaking Bad, which was so much fun. I love that show. We're waiting for the next season, or the second half of the season, Better Call Saul, to come out so we can finish that. But while we were waiting, we've been rewatching Breaking Bad. I love that show. I love that show so much. And then we're watching Stranger Things, and I'm trying to convince myself to get Paramount Plus so I can start watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, because I want to start watching that for Book Trek in August. Sorry. There we go. But I hate to have another subscription. So I'm still on the fence about that one. And I just realized there's only 10 episodes and they're almost number 10. So maybe I'll wait and get that next year when the next season comes out. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm very excited for Jane Austen July. Are you going to be participating? If so, I'd love to hear what you're reading. If you're going to read along with the group read of this beauty, Pride and Prejudice. Or if not, what else? What are your plans for July? I'd love to hear about them. Oh, sorry, that was the kitten. She just went a little bit crazy. Bye.